What's up YouTube? Today I'm coming back with another video, and this video is going to be about how to save money. And I mean save, like like save a couple thousand. I got a lot of money saved up now. I ain't show y'all on the thumbprint and the what's it called, the picture, like I forgot what it's called, but I do have a lot of money saved up. So I'm 21 now. Now I have been fired for almost every job, but from those jobs, every job I worked, I saved like a couple of thousand. Here's how I did it. So I live with my mom. I don't really have a car. I take the bus everywhere and I look young, so I get on the bus for free. Now I ain't gonna lie, that probably does play a part, cause let me see, I take the bus every day. If I didn't have to, nah, that probably saves a good like four times $28 a week. But some bus drivers, even if you are an adult, I do see some get on for free, but it depends on the day. It depends on the bus driver, but that's one thing that helps me. Now, another thing is living way below your means. I feel like that's where a lot of people just get tempted to spend. That's why I don't have no credit cards. I only have one debit card, and it's not connected to my account. It's connected to another account, so I got to put money on there. So, I only put a certain amount a month sometimes. I don't got a job now, so I'm not putting no money on my account, on that account. So, what I did was, I was like, well, I feel like life kind of helped me because, who knows if I had friends, would I have as much money saved up? Or if I had a girlfriend, because, they say girls, you take them out on dates and stuff like that. I never really went on any dates. I never really hung out with any friends. So that's probably why. But I mean, everything's a blessing in disguise, right? But I have bought in clothes. Like, I don't be going around looking bummy, but what I do is, like, I live below my means. So say if you work a job, you get paid like 1,500 a month. So what you try to do is don't take out 1,000. Try to find a way to live off of $400, right? 500 should be the most, but find a way to live off of $400, because from then, if you can do that, you'll have $1,100 saved up. And if you do that for 5 months, that's like 5,500 right there. And if you do that for a year, that's like 10,000. Now you saved your first 10,000. Now another good thing to do is overtime. Now that's one thing I was doing when I was 19. I had this job, and I told you about this before, Chipotle. The job was so hard. Nobody ever wanted to work it. So what I would do is I would work overtime. It was sometimes I was working like 7 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week in two or three doubles. But I bet you by the end of the year, I had a couple of thousand saved up, you know, and I was only 19. And another thing that helps me, that saves me money, is I don't eat out. I don't eat out. I used to eat out, like when I had a job, I used to eat out a little bit, but if I did eat out, I'd probably eat out like once a month or once a week. But I cut eating out. I don't drink juice. I don't drink juice. I don't drink sodas, because that the juices be so expensive, and it don't even last that long. I don't have any Netflix. I mean, I have my mom's Netflix, but if I didn't have her Netflix, I would only be using Tubi, Pluto TV, and free movies. Um, so you really got to cut off extra stuff. I don't go to the movies. I don't go to the movies. I don't go out to eat. I don't buy smoothies from places. I don't buy juice. I just drink. I just do water. And the drinks sometimes my mom buys drinks, so she'll buy like Izzy's and stuff like that. But if it's not stuff like that, then I don't buy it. I don't really take Ubers. Um, I try as much as I can not to take Ubers, and I might take an Uber every once in a while if I'm really like, but then I cut that out. And then from there, I try not to eat too much. I try to go to different stores where I know they have cheaper prices. Now, see, people say vegan, like I'm vegan, so y'all be thinking y'all have it hard, but imagine. But I only spend $60 a week on groceries, so that's like $240 a month. But the thing is, y'all think y'all have it hard, but you really just got to shop around. You got to go to different places because now Giant and Safeway, if you shopping there, they are expensive as hell, especially if you're trying to eat healthy. Now, I never really shop at Giant or Safeway. Now, Aldi's, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods, like people don't be knowing, but Whole Foods kind of has a good amount of stuff. Like, if you got to get the right stuff for a good price. Like, their produce is like a real decent price to me. Like, but it's a real decent price to me. It's fresh most times. Like a bag of broccoli a thing of spinach from at Whole Foods is like $2.70 or something. Now their fruit there is expensive. The prices the places that I go for that I think have fruit for a good prices. It's this market called it's just called the Street Market. Aldi's, Lidl, go there for fruit, vegetables, but you want it to be fresh. Vegetables, I go to, or you could go to the farmer's market. I never really shopped at the farmer's market because it's really on weekends. But vegetables, broccoli, Target, and Walmart, those are good places. And then you can get your grains. You can get your grains from mom, no, not Mom's. Trader Joe's and Aldi's. Yep. Those got to be like Aldi's and Trader Joe's. If you're trying to save money, you gotta make it like you gotta make friends with Trader Joe's and Aldi's. Like that, they're like those have to be your go-to places. Like shopping at Trader Joe's would save you so much money. Now I don't buy everything from Aldi's because they stopped selling tahini, but I do buy like. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Most of the time, well, I really don't eat as much now because it's summertime, so I haven't been cooking as much. But well, I used to work at a grocery store, so I really didn't even have to worry about that. Oh, and that's another good way. Now, I worked at a grocery store and I got fired from. Well, I got fired from every job, but if you work at a grocery store, that is a great way to save money. I lie to y'all not. This might be too much, but when I got fired from that grocery store, I worked at Mom's. It was an organic grocery store. I used to save so much money just grocery shopping there because I worked there. Because you got a free salad. You got a free salad every shift. Then you got like 30% off of groceries. And they had sales, like, and stores be having sales. So, if you do that, like, that's like, I was spending like $40 to $30 on groceries, saving money constantly. So, I didn't like working at Mom's, like, but I love the benefits that came with it. So that's another thing. That's another good way to save money. Try to work at a grocery store that you shop at a lot, or try to work at like a place you like to eat out at a lot. And, like say if you're somebody that's healthy, try to work at a smoothie spot. You could get full off of smoothies. Like, here's another thing. I'm not saying you got to starve yourself, but sometimes too, like, cause I know people be like, with food, sometimes you got to just, now I'm not going to say eat once a day. Now I only eat once a day, but at least twice a day. Don't be eating like 3 or 6 or 5 meals. Now, if you're doing that, of course your grocery bill is going to be high, but you should be eating once or twice a day, and then your body gets used to it. Like, I'm telling y'all will be surprised about how powerful or how much we've been lied to about. Like, I haven't been fasting like a lot, but like, There be times where I'll go with 2 days without eating. I was gonna go on a water fast this week, but I'm like, I'm really trying to lock back in, but that's another thing. But yeah, like you do not need to be eating more than twice a day, you know, if, and, sometimes you might just gotta like, cause when I was trying to eat healthier, like that's what I had to do. Like, I'm not saying I was starving myself, but like now I don't get hungry. But like back when I was like before like when I was 17, sometimes I'd be like, I'll just eat like a ham and cheese sandwich and watermelon. This was when my parents were still taking care of me. And, of course, a couple hours later, I would get hungry, but, you know, I'm at the house. Like, I was at my dad's house. So my dad didn't have a lot of food around. So, my body would just have to push through it. And, after a while, the hunger goes away. Like, that's the thing. Like, hunger, it's like, it's not, it's not constant. Like, if you don't eat the first 15 minutes when you're hungry, it might go on for a couple more minutes, but it's not gonna get, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Everybody ain't as strong as me. But I say another thing is cutting your meal portions because food, especially if you're shopping at like Giant or Safeway, it can run you up some money. And then you gotta stop buying snacks and try to make meals. Try to make meals instead of snacks because those snacks will run you, especially since like a whole bag of chips. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like I really don't have that good self-control. So like I really can't buy snacks too much. Or I got to be like, okay, I'm gonna eat the whole bag today. I'm gonna like, I'm gonna have a cheat day. I'm gonna eat the whole bag. But, I really I can't buy snacks just to like, really eat. I like, so that's another thing. I gotta stop buying snacks and just make meals. Like, so that's, yeah, shopping around, taking the bus, not really doing Ubers too much, not going out. Those are, and clothes. One thing is, don't buy too much clothes. Or if you do, buy it in moderation. Like, for your birthday, buy yourself, maybe a pair of shoes or two. Maybe buy yourself a pair of jeans, that you've been wanting. Buy yourself a hoodie or a jacket, for it's Christmas. But other than that, don't be buying clothes every month unless you really need it. And if you follow this advice, you can you should be able to save about 10,000 in 1 year. So yeah, that's this video.